Hey guys, Brock here. Shorter video this time, I promise. So we're gonna actually review the Deflate system. I run a group called SNOT, Southern Nevada Off-Road Trailing, and I also just started up a group called SNOB, Southern Nevada Off-Road Battle Wagons, really specific for like Subarus and unibody type. Um, and one of the things that just about everybody hates, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, oh, thank God we're going to air up and air down now. Getting a good air system if you're out regularly is critical. First of all, airing up and airing down sucks. It's nothing but a waste of time. Well, not a waste of time. I mean, it's important for a multitude of reasons, but it does occupy a lot of time in just standing around. So my Tacoma already has a 4-tire system and it runs on 37-inch tires, so it's pretty much needed. And working with Deflate, the gentleman got a hold of me, wanted me to go ahead and take a look. Prior to him reaching out, we actually had quite a few members in the group that had already purchased from him, and he's a member of the group, Interactive. They're based out of Arizona, so they're regional to us. And everybody was given extremely good feedback, really around the customer service. At the end of the day, the compressor it's a dual cylinder, so it's the same type that you're gonna find from Moreflate, Proflate, Desert Armor, and all the other ones that are out there. The difference really with this particular brand is that he goes through and he puts the adapter on it for you. There's no additional charge for that. If you only buy the compressor, you can buy an adapter, but if you buy the complete system, he does put the adapter on it for you. And so you know what I'm talking about? This is it right here. This plugs directly into the 4-tire Inflate Deflate system. And speaking of the 4-tire Inflate Deflate system, he also builds all of those out as well by hand. So, you know, again, regional, excellent customer service. I have not heard a single complaint. Builds it all by hand. So yeah, at this point, you know, we're really supporting a small business. And somebody that actually cares and participates in the community and isn't just interested in trying to make a buck. So he sent this out and I said that we go ahead and review it. So that's what we're going to do right now. So first and foremost is this went out the very next day. I had actually ordered one of these for a Childhood Cancer Foundation raffle that we did for Christmas. I went, ordered it, paid for it. He had it out the next day. I live in Vegas. He's down, I believe, in the Phoenix area, and he shipped it out the next day and I got it the next day. So it took 2 business days right off the bat. Everything came in this box, and I can tell you right now that right out of the box, this thing's ready to rock. So I've already taken out, now I run a hardwired setup. Reason why is I don't like opening my hood, dragging it out, connecting it, and then connecting the hose system. I guess I'm lazy. I'm a lazy 4x4. So I actually have a hardwire set up, and we're gonna go through that in a minute with this video. But this is the box that it comes in. The air hose system and the compressor all fits in here. That's nice, little customization on here, but out of the box, we're good to go. It includes a carry bag, which is a nice touch. As I was mentioning, if you don't hardwire, which most people do not, you're gonna want this, because the compressors, they do get hot. I mean, that's just the nature of it. I don't know of a single compressor that doesn't. So you're able to take your compressor, put it in here, carry it around more conveniently. So that's a nice little thing. This is the carry case that the hose system comes in. We're gonna open this up in a minute because we're gonna go through how this actually works, and then we're gonna actually use it. So we're gonna, in this video, we're gonna air down with you. You can see how much time you save, and then we're gonna air up with you, and you can see how much time you save as well. So we're gonna get into this in a minute. And then along with that, it was pretty cool. He included a flag, a couple of them. We do run whip lights in our group, being out in the desert and everything. So I thought that was a nice little touch. No extra charge there. And then we also have our compressor, which we're gonna get to, and it includes some stickers as well. I will say, you know, versus some of the other ones that I mentioned, his price point is phenomenal, really. So if you go to tireflate.com and look at the prices, you really cannot beat it. And considering this is a small business, and usually I'll pay a little bit more to support small business, but this being a small business and at his price point, it's a phenomenal deal. And on top of that, if you look in the description of this video, the gentleman went ahead and created a custom code so you can get 20% off of your order online as well. And the code is SNOT, S-N-O-T, all caps. Again, that'll be in the description. But if you're interested in this, I highly, highly recommend it. Again, you know, we probably have anywhere from 30 to 40 people in the off-road group that have this system. Not a single complaint. Everybody is very happy with the customer service. For me, that's important. I do not endorse companies or products that I will not personally use. It's just an integrity issue. So to be able to have somebody that's regional in the group participating in the community, and a low price point, and then extends the offer even more, it's a no-brainer. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna walk you through the hardwire setup really quick, just so you guys can see, and then we're gonna open up the hose system. I'm gonna show you guys how it connects, you know, the features and all that. Put it on to each corner. We're gonna go ahead and go down to about 15 PSI. So just so everybody here is aware, I run 29.5-inch tires is what it works out to. There's 235/70 17-inch rim. So for the Subaru, relatively small. The 37s on the Tacoma, obviously it's gonna take a little longer, and there's no point in me doing a comparison because everybody has different sized tires out there. So I can do this and I'll be done in like 3, 4, 5 minutes. But if you're running 40s, it's gonna take you longer. So, I mean, doing a comparison is just kind of silly. But let's get into kind of the setup that we have here so you can see. Okay, so here's my onboard setup. As mentioned, this is actually hardwired into this distribution. So on this one, real simple, I mean, it sounds fancy to say hardwired. All I did was clip the wires, the alligator clips, strip them, and then feed them to here. So this particular one, I took the 2-gauge wiring kit that I had for my amplifier, ran it here, maintained my negative off of the top of the shock strut there. And so the amplifier is powered off of this distribution block. The 500 watt inverter is off of it as well, and that's just a nice little flip. This obviously turns on with the remote lead to the stereo. In addition to that, I also have my onboard bass unit for my radio setup. So those are 2 Stinger 10-inch subwoofers, and this guy is pretty much all set up. So and then, as mentioned, a lot of the ones that you're going to buy online, you have to buy an adapter with them. They have this weird kind of Japanese German plug that's just completely different. Tireflate, the gentleman that runs it, goes through and puts this on so that straight out of the box this thing's ready to go. I can share with you, I had this one as a temporary, the all top, and this is what I'm talking about. You have these things, and this plug is not an MPT. So okay, so we showed you the differences between some of the other compressor with that little thing, and then I showed you the onboard setup. Now we're gonna get into what's in the bag. What's in the box? All right, so I've already removed that. So it comes with a manifold, which connects from either side. Let me tell you right now, I had a Inflate system for a brief minute until they pissed me off, and I'm not going to bother getting into that story. Suffice to say, customer service with Tireflate is infinitely better than Inflate, so enough on that. But comes with a manifold, and you can connect from each side. This is key. If you do not go with this system, if you're just looking like, hey, what's a tire, or what's a 4-flate, whatever, find yourself one that connects from either side, because what happens is, like with the Inflate, the one that I had, I don't know if they've updated it, stop following them. But the one that I had, it didn't. And when you would go to roll your hoses up and put it in the bag, it was akin to unraveling Christmas lights. It just was a hot mess every single time. So anyways, so here's your manifold, and we have our air hoses here, and these come with Velcro straps to keep them nice and organized. He does a great job packing them. Good luck getting it this way on your own every time. But with that disconnect that I pointed out earlier, getting it put away nice and neat is not going to be an issue. So here's our system. We're going to go ahead and unravel it here. Now, the way that this works is you go ahead, take your system, pull back on the collar, input, and then there we go. So here we have our passenger side is nice and taken care of. Go ahead and grab the other one here. And it really is this quick. I mean, on a trail, this is as fast as I go through it as well. So, and we have this one built out, same thing. So we'll go here and we'll actually, there, click it right into place. So now we're ready to go. And this is gonna be on the driver's side. Now, I'm gonna lay this all out here. In fact, let me lay this out, and I'm gonna reposition the camera so you guys can see how the air chucks actually go on. So, really quick, this one comes with a collar, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you have it slid down before you start connecting to your tires. Otherwise, you're gonna hear the sound of hissing air. So, make sure this collar's down. We're gonna put it right there. This is why I have the built-in air system. I don't have to open my hood. I can set everything down right there. So I've actually got you guys on a tripod. Let's see if I can just situate the tripod and make my life a little easier. Perfect. Okay, so we have our air hose system. Longest end obviously goes to the front. But in the meantime, the air chucks that come under this are a closed system. So to get these on, there's a little collar there. So you put them on, slide that collar, put it in, and there we go. And I'm sorry, brief correction on that collar I showed you on the manifold, you actually want it up, not down. So I'm gonna go through and connect the rest of this, and then we're gonna do a quick like time lapse of airing down. I'll go over how long it actually took, and we'll pick up from there and then inflate and see how long that takes. So I'm gonna get the rest of these on. All right guys, so we have all four corners on. Right now this is registering at 41.5. and which is about right. I think the car reads anywhere from 41 to 43 depending on how long I've been driving, the temperature. So this claims accuracy of within 1%. In my experience, it's usually typically either spot on or like 1 psi off, but it's not like some of the cheap ones that have the analog system, aka manual dial, to where, you know, you'll see it'll be like 30 and then your car will read like 42 or something crazy. So we got this all hooked up, air down, all four corners, and because we have all four connected on the same system, they will all be the same PSI. That's the other nice thing about a 4-tire system, is you really don't need to sit there and use your air down tool and then you get in your truck and you realize, oh, I have one registering 20. What happened here? This one's registering 23. This one's registering 17. This one's at 12. 4-tire system, it's all the same, and it equals out. So to air down, grab the collar. There we go. Okay, so we aired down. That was 1 minute, 30 seconds. And we are sitting right now at about 15.6 PSI. So for 29.5s, that's more than fine. I usually try to stick between 15 to 17 on those, depending on what I'm rolling in. On my Tacoma with 37s, I'll go down 12 or 13 normally. If it's sand or snow, a little lower, but in any a minute and a half, all four corners. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is hook this up and go from there. I will say with these compressors, they do consume quite a bit of power. Obviously, this is a dual cylinder compressor, so you're going to want to have your car running when you do so. And in addition to that, I did point out that I have an onboard system. When I'm airing up, I don't run my stereo, so I'm not running my amplifier at the same time. Can the car handle it? Yeah. But I'm probably going to blow a fuse from just too much amperage draw. So again, it's convenient. I don't run around with the air compressor on all the time. Usually it's my radio, but on the trail, air up, air down, my radio is almost always off. But in any event, we are now registered, like I said, I think it said 15.6. I'm gonna take this up to 40, put the video on a time lapse again and see how long it takes. All right, guys, that was 2 minutes, 46 seconds. We're reading right now at 39.4. So, I mean, less than 3 minutes. And if you combine that with the time it took to air down at a minute and a half, it's less than 5 minutes total, air up, air down. I used to run like a little $50 Amazon one, and that would take me a good 20 minutes. I had to manually go to each tire. I had to guess around where I was, keep running back and forth to the dash to see what my PSI was registering. This is just so much easier. So, you know, again, highly recommend the Tireflate. You get a hell of a deal if you use the code in the description. The other benefit, and we'll go to that really quick so you guys can see, when you inflate, I mentioned how all four tires would be the same. When you inflate, it's the same. All of these right now, all of the tires are hooked up onto this. So the pressure is going to naturally equalize. So if it's 40 in the front, it's going to be 40 in the rear driver as well. It's just a nice little thing to have, especially if you're OCD, anal retentive like me. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, highly recommend this product. The gentleman has been absolutely outstanding on customer service. And if you were just curious about, you know, what is a four-tire system and what's the big deal, hopefully you enjoyed the video. But if you can give a like and subscribe, greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you. Okay, I lied. We're not done yet. I just wanted to show you guys really quick. So 39.6 is what was registering. Car's showing 38, 38, 38, 39. So that's the benefit of the four-tire system. You get really good equilibrium amongst all four. So just something to think about.